Pablo, Pablo! A soft voice shook the boy awake. It was his younger sister, Tia, staring at him with shining big doe eyes. She was bouncing up and down beside him, annoying and trying to wake him up for the past couple of minutes. Pablo mumbled something incoherently. He doesn't like being awakened during his afternoon nap. He groggily sat up and blankly stared at Tia, who smiled innocently at him. "What is it?" he asked, rubbing a dirt from his eye. "Mama's calling for you," she said in a sing-song voice. "What did you do this time?" He felt offended. What do you mean?" he asked, his voice slightly raising. "I did nothing." Tia stared at him, tilting her head to the side, mocking him. She shrugged with a smug face. "Oh well, she's still calling for you."
Pablo rubbed his face with an exasperated sigh as he trudged out of his seatbed into the living room. He entered and didn't see the person he was looking for. Searching for his mother, he can't help but catch a glimpse of the outside. He looked out of the sliding door, which is connected to the small balcony they have in their flat. Thick dark clouds occupied the sky. The wind sharply whistled outside, accompanied by heavy rains that thundered against the glass. A sudden flash of light and a loud roar shook Pablo out of his wits. It was raining heavily, and that seems to be no sign of stopping. "Pablo, Pablo, Pablo," her mother called out to him in a worried tone, who just appeared from the door. "There's a storm?" he asked, and confused. "But it was sunny a while ago."
Huh? Pablo stared at her mother absent-mindedly, not understanding a single word she said. "Quickly, boy, do your number math voodoo. Oh, wait. Pablo dug his heels in the floor once her mother started pushing her to the table, giving him a pen and a paper. He sat at the chair, scratching his head with the pen and stared at the paper. "So, you need number of the floor. How tall was the tree?" 42.5 feet, she answered. "Wait, how did you exactly know?" "Don't ask, boy." His mother cut him off. Okay. Pablo replied awkwardly and shifted his attention back to the paper. He continued. "We have our x, which is the distance from the building to the tree, and is equal to 28. "What is he doing?" Tia asked. "I'm trying to get the height at which the tree will fall on the building by using tree," Tia interjected. "Those triangle things?" "Trigonometry." Pablo corrected his sister. "Trigonometric identities," she replied. "It's still triangles."
The R is a tree's height, which is 42.5 feet. By using the formula of either Pythagorean theorem or the distance formula, we can calculate the length of the other side of the triangle, which is the height at which the tree will fall on the building. Pablo explained to the two as he wrote down the numbers. "I'm using the distance formula, so we can substitute the value of this with the letters. X squared would become 28 squared, and R squared would become 42.5 squared." His two family members just nodded along as they watched him scribble down the things he was narrating. "I cannot understand anything," Tia muttered. "Can we just measure the building? Measure the whole building out in the rain?" their mother asked, dubiously. "And plus, we don't know if it covers the whole building. We just need at what floor it will hit."
Pablo ignored them as he continued with his calculations. 28 squared would be 784 and 42.5 squared would become 1806.25. Writing the whole equation down, it would be 784 plus y squared is equal to 1806.25. We transpose 784 to the other side and subtract it with 1806.25. It would become 1022.25. He added to get the exact y value, we must find the square root of become 1022.25, which was rounded off to the nearest hundreds would be 31.97. So, it's 32 feet high. Their mother asked. Each floor is 10 feet high, so that would mean the tree's canopy would hit the third floor. To get the sine and cosine, sine is equal to y over r. Substituting the values, it would be 31.97 over 42.5. As for cosine, it is equal to x over r, that would be 28 over 42.5. Pablo wrote it down the paper. Alright, since we're done, his mother concluded, let's evacuate everyone from the third floor to safety.